And good morning, everybody, on this Monday morning. It is a wet, rainy Monday after a pretty sunny weekend. It was a very nice weekend. You're taking a look at downtown Green Bay, and we were able to get out and enjoy some sunshine this weekend, right?
We had our fill of sunshine, didn't we? And now it's a first alert weather day. You know what? It's Monday, so I guess kind of just starting off our week in that way. And we saw I just was looking outside our window here at the station. I was like, oh, there's puddles out there. And yeah, it's rain. You can see the rain on the camera there, on the sky camera. And it's really moving through the area. And it's not just one, but two first alert weather days in a row, back to back, Monday and Tuesday.
Steve really dialed it up for us to start the week here.
I did.
And yeah, go ahead.
And I'm like, okay, so today it's the rain mostly. There's potential for some storms, he said, but tomorrow is really the concern of when this could ramp up, and high winds. There's a concern even for tornadoes tomorrow.
And we'll touch on some more of that in a little bit. We'll touch on some safety tips and just some things to kind of be aware of as we really kick off the work week here. Emerson, Lehmann, joined by Tammy, Elliott. Every Monday morning, we like to check in with everybody, say hello. We hope you're doing well. Looking in on Facebook here, looks like we got about 16 people watching right now, so feel free to let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And it's been a busy start to the day for the meteorologists, for the news team as well. Going to have a lot to cover this week to look forward to. The big marathon just wrapped up yesterday. It looked like so many runners out there really enjoyed themselves.
Congratulations to all of them. I mean, there were some
more power to you.
Kids running and adults, obviously, and it was the 25th and final Cellcom Green Bay Marathon. So congratulations to everyone. It's been a great run.
Yeah.
And so many people have enjoyed it, and they've raised so much money for charities as well. So. And
then some of the competitors that we spoke with in our story, they were saying they're hopeful someone else will come along and pick it up. So we'll have to see. But as of now, that was the last one. So ended on a high note. 25 years. That's an incredible run for an event.
Absolutely. So yeah, we'll keep you posted if we hear anything about someone possibly picking that up or it continuing. I know a lot of people are very hopeful about that.
Now we want to talk about Consumer First Alerts, because you do such a wonderful job every week of keeping people up to date. And this new one was it was interesting. They're saying they're trying to let people know, hey, it's okay if you have suffered from fraud. Speak up about it. Let people know, right?
Absolutely. So the nonprofit AARP, so we think about that a lot with, for retired people, but it's really, they were talking about a new survey that they did covering all ages, and they found that the increasing number of people who are really concerned about fraud and becoming a victim, more so than 5 years ago, and not just older people, all ages. And so I talked with she is the Fraud Prevention Programs Director for AARP. And something that stood out to me, Emerson, and I really think you should listen to this too at home if you're watching this right now. So to the Federal Trade Commission last year, there was a record amount of money lost to fraud that was reported, $10 billion.
Wow.
And the AARP spokesperson, Kathy Stokes, told me she thinks it could be up to 10 times that amount because fraud and scams are so underreported. So that's just pretty mind-blowing.
And that would, when you say underreported, that's, your average Jane Doe sitting at home who maybe falls victim to a scam and feels perhaps embarrassed about it, or doesn't want to, just kind of says, oh, I'm out of luck here, and doesn't take the proper steps to try and rectify that.
Maybe they paid with a gift card and they realized it was a scam and they lost $50. I mean, that's a low amount compared to some of the scams and the victims that I've talked with. But yes, those are the things where they're like, oh, I'm never going to get my money back, I'm just going to forget about it. She said it's so important to report this. And she said one of the reasons why is because down the road, you might be part of, an effort to recover money.
Sure.
I mean, that happens all the time. Reporting this to police, reporting this to the Department of Ag, Trade, Consumer Protection, the state, Better Business Bureau, those complaints all get funneled in to the Attorney General, to the FTC. So if they see a pattern, if they see something where, they recognize this, and you could potentially recover your money. So that's one of the reasons why. And another reason why is she talked about empowering people, and I had this soundbite from her, and I really just thought this was so powerful. She said, we shouldn't be ashamed, we should get angry and want justice. This is a crime. This was intentionally targeting you. You're the victim, and these are criminals. And again, the mindset shift, that this is a crime. And I talk with a lot of people who call me, who email me, who message me on social media, and they will tell me about this. And they're like, you really should do a story on this, but they don't want to talk about it. I have some people who do come forward, and I've shared those stories with you. And I said, it is so much more impactful to hear from someone, because someone at home is listening to that and they say, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. I've talked to people who've been a victim of a romance scam. Super heartbreaking.
Sure.
Not just losing money, but feeling like you were so betrayed, your trust. You
felt connected to someone, and
yes.
thinking it was a different person, and
right.
Yep.
So many different scams out there.
And there is a network helpline for people to call. We got that on your screen right now. So perhaps you did fall victim to a scam. That would be important to reach out to that line. Right. Also, don't hesitate to reach out to Tammy either if you want to share your story and kind of warn other people.
Yes, and AARP, that's their fraud network helpline. They have a lot of really good tips. They actually do a podcast about fraud, super intriguing. And you don't have to be a member. Doesn't matter what age you are, you can reach out. And then I wanted to talk about the scam.
The one that's the most popular, because like you said, there's so many of them,
right.
But there's one that they're really focused on.
They're really concerned. She told me, Kathy Stokes with AARP said the one that they're concerned about right now is bank impersonation scams, because people have had their bank accounts drained by this. And it can start with a text message, or it could be an email or even a phone call, but it makes it look like it's coming from your bank, your credit union, whatever your financial institution. And they get you to call a number, and they will pretend to be fraud experts with the bank, and that your account right now is being hacked, and you have to transfer your money because you're in danger of losing it all. And people have believed this. And she said this is really concerning. I was just telling you before we hopped on here that I see the warnings on my bank account when I log in, the warnings about the scam, specifically about banks and financial institutions. So you want to verify, anytime your bank, if they have some concerning, this is not going to be a text message that is going to come across and make it sound, super urgent right now, and you need to transfer your money right now.
Sure.
That's just
that's
just
not how they're going to go
about
it.
Right. So definitely, don't call back on those numbers. We've talked about this before. When you get an email or any kind of a message like that, you want to always verify. Find the phone number that you know to be true. Whether it's on your bank statement, or go down to your bank and check in, or your financial institution, your credit union. So just a lot of really important information. I did want to point out there was something good that she said.
We love something good.
News.
Yes, we like positive.
Okay, so the good news, she said that people really are doing their best to stay on top of fraud. They were finding that when you get the updates on your device,
sure.
whether it's your software or your apps, that people are doing that. They're
Absolutely.
doing the updates. Those are important. Also using multi-factor authentication. We talked about that. I think we just talked about that recently,
yep.
How important it is to do that on your accounts. And more people are aware that criminals target victims with the urgency, often asking for gift card purchases, or the other one, converting cash to cryptocurrency.
Okay.
You're hearing those kind of things.
Those red flags to look out for there.
More people are aware of this. So I always try to say, so what's some good news? Are you learning something? So I like to pass that along. And again, it's just a good reminder just to ask a question. Have that kind of, if you're hearing this is urgent. I mean, I've told my own parents this. Say, I've got to check with my daughter first.
Absolutely.
Because I think people are really nice. We kind of have that Midwestern nice.
We don't want to just hang up on someone and say,
and I'm
absolutely.
Like, hang up. Let's just say, I got to check with my daughter.
Yeah, no, that's if you want to keep the manners involved with it. Right.
So
wonderful.
Just trying to give them an out. So
we love the wonderful advice as always, and gonna say good morning to a few people here. Looks like
great.
Bruce is watching this morning. Good morning to Bruce. Good morning to Jody. Good morning to Autumn, and good morning to Bill. So
I
a
love
few
autumn
people.
morning on this beautiful gloomy day.
Yeah,
right?
that's definitely one way of putting it. And speaking of beautiful, I love this Sturgeon Bay sky cam here. You see the boat starting to fill up in the slips there, and yeah, it's just that gloomy, that cloud cover there. But again, a first alert weather day has been issued today and tomorrow. So
important if you're thinking about going out on the boat. Right?
yeah, exactly. You
mean,
want to stay up to.
Yes.
You don't want to all of a sudden get out there and you got some
No.
big winds and waves rolling in. So we do also want to bring your attention to a sad anniversary this morning. So today marks 3 months since Elijah Vu disappeared in the Two Rivers area. Of course, we have covered this extensively over the last 3 months, but it has been 3 months today. So that was February 20th when he was reported missing by his mother's boyfriend from Mishicot Road there in Two Rivers. And this morning on Action 2 News this morning, we heard from the Two Rivers Police Department, Captain Rates there, who said they believe the evidence that they have. They are continuing to search in the Manitowoc County area, and they're still hopeful. They're still searching. They're working with the federal, the state, the local law enforcement, all of them still working together to try and locate Elijah. They are encouraging community searches that we've covered a lot. Still encouraging people to go out. Of course, you want to make sure that you're asking for permission before you go on people's property. But yeah, just important to mention that this morning, that it has been 3 months since Elijah went missing, and
I know they've said this before, that no tip is too small or insignificant.
Exactly.
And they continue to follow up on tips. And so, you know, you look at little Elijah's face there, and you know that community just heartbroken that, you know, he is still missing. I mean, 3 months, that's a long time. And so they are reassuring people that they are following up on every tip. So if you know anything, if you think you know anything, maybe, you know, even like I said, if it seems insignificant, it might not be. So they continue to follow up on that. We had Kristen Allen there live this morning in Two Rivers, and we'll continue this today and continue talking with the people and getting the latest information for you. We know that that community has just been heartbroken over this, so we continue to follow that story.
And now we're going to show another look at another one of our wonderful sky cams. You can really see the rain coming down there in Shawano right now, and that's going to be the case, as Steve showed us, throughout the day. And it's important on this first alert weather day. We want to make sure that you know, people. We live in Wisconsin. We know we get storms and whatnot,
Right.
but it's always nice to have a friendly reminder for just some things to be on the lookout for, especially like you said, today there's the chance for some storms, but
Right.
tomorrow is really what Steve mentioned in terms of there could be some hail, some really heavy winds, even like you said, Tammy, the chance for a tornado. So just make sure that you talk with your family, you have a safe place, make sure those cell phones are all charged up just in case.
I like to do the battery operated candles.
Yes.
The candles on there, those are, if you have them around, those are nice and easy. Obviously, like having things together, you know, whether it's in your car or in the basement, just having things. I mean, it is severe weather season.
Yep.
We're in it right now. So.
And I feel like you never know how dark your home gets until the power goes out.
Right.
And then you're like stumbling around looking for everything. So have it in a location where you know you're going to be able to find it right away. And then, of course, download our First Alert Weather app, where you can follow along like Steve does with the weather, and make sure that everything is up to date and good to go. And they will send you alerts.
The hour to hour
Forecast,
hour-to-hour
very important. I know
forecast.
you said that comes in handy when you're out at the ball field watching things like that.
So important. Like
And yeah,
right now.
lots
Look
of
at that
green on
radar
there right now.
Wow. Yeah. So we hope everybody's staying safe out there, and I know dodging the rain. It's not fun dropping off the kids at school, right, when it's raining. I know. And then again, picking them up from school today, and so I know I'm checking this closely because we have baseball game.
Yeah.
Game this afternoon. I know, and I'm like looking at 4 o'clock, 80% chance of rain, so we'll see. And look at the sky cam right there in Green Bay.
It doesn't look like great baseball weather right there, does it?
But you know what? Hey, it's gonna. I planted 4 new shrubs yesterday. My husband and I did that. So they need the water.
They need
I know a lot of people are doing gardening right now.
Yeah,
right?
it needs, especially after the freeze that we had. I know some people may be starting we're finally here to
Right.
that spring summer feel. So yeah, that's helping out. Again, download that weather app. Stay up to date with everything. It's the weather in Wisconsin. It likes to change
Yes.
very quickly.
I know that.
Have a wonderful week. Check in just to see if a few more people said hello. It looks like we still got the same group in there.
All
Good
right. Well,
morning.
we appreciate
We appreciate all of you watching and saying
Take
hello. And yeah, make it a great week, everybody. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at
Yes, we will.
4:30 in Action 2 News this morning. Have a great day.